Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Giansecchi, and joining me today is Comrade Dell.
Hello, welcome.
So, Dell, what kind of content do you like to make?
I'm honestly more of a variety streamer. I right now I'm on a binge of weird simulator games, and but otherwise I just play whatever I find fun and entertaining. At least I hope it's entertaining. So far it's been working out, I think.
So, what's your favorite simulator right now?
Right now it's Storage Hunter 2024,
S-
where you basically buy storage containers, find all the trash inside and sell it to pawn shops. And then you start your own pawn shop and you get bigger hauls out of it, like android bodies, a lot of dead bodies too, which I mean I got to sell a dead body for $50, so I'd say it's pretty lucrative so far.
of course. I'm
But it's a silly fun game.
I'm currently developing a theory that there is some sort of weird causal connection between VTubing and gambling, and that a lot of the games that VTubers love the most seem to have some sort of gambling like addictive element to it.
You are actually onto something because there is something like that. I mean, even in Storage Hunter, yeah, you never know what you're gonna find inside it. It's like blind auctions. Who knows what's gonna be inside? So there's that, that risk,
Yes.
that addictive risk.
And there's like the what do you call it? The collector card type of stuff. Like there was that.
Oh, that's all the rage right now.
Oh
That's all.
yeah.
Mostly because we have like four different card games, collector cards, TCGs of VTubers,
Hmm.
or five. I'm not sure. It's like everyone decided to make like a card game at the same time, so it's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Oh man. I haven't heard of any of the other ones. The only one I know about off the top of my head is the one made by Merriweather.
There's the one from Merriweather. There's a couple of others from companies, and if I recall right, one made by some indie person who decided to make one.
Yeah. I,
So that's four in total that I know of.
wow. Yeah. I don't know how these things are all connected. It just seems like they are. So what
I
made you?
mean,
Oh, sorry.
the like the card game simulator shop, the
Oh yes.
card shop simulator,
Yes.
that one's quite popular. So yeah, it's all connected. It's a conspiracy.
Yes. There is the big cards. You know, you have the big pharma and big
Yeah.
whatever big card.
I mean, Pokemon cards, that's all the rage too.
Oh my god, I remember seeing a video of like people who were just mobbing a Pokemon card display, and I was like, "What? Are we back in the '90s? What's going on?"
Yeah, what the hell happened? Like, I thought we kind of like, there was a Pokemon card game, people got kind of interested in it and then forgot about it, and now all of a sudden we're like back in the 90s again. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was
Is there a
like
game I'm not aware of?
the
What's going on?
there was Pokemon, and then there was Yu-Gi-Oh, and then there's this long stretch in between, and then Yu-Gi-Oh popped back up, and now Pokemon is huge. It's time is in
I
reverse.
legit thought that there was a Pokemon card game, like video game or something online, and that's what people got crazy over it, but
Hmm.
apparently no, it's like actually just the cards, and I have no idea what's going on. I'm out of the loop.
I'm getting too old, man.
Yeah, I'm too old for this shit. I'm just too old. This
I'm
is way beyond my time. I'm an old school Yu-Gi-Oh player. That's it. I,
I'm it's like the Simpsons meme. Am I really so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
they definitely are. Now, my only experience with Pokemon card games is playing the Pokemon card Game Boy game.
Oh yes. I
That's my only experience.
that made a resurgence when I was in high school, but I haven't seen it since.
They need to bring it back. We need a new version.
We
Like
we
especially now that the card games are actually like the cards are popular again.
yeah.
Make a video game.
Yeah. We
I've been
got
saying the
the
same about Digimon. Apparently, the Digimon TCG is actually pretty gosh darn cool.
Oh,
but there's no online version. It's the time.
I
Card games are all the rage now all of a sudden for some reason.
I don't understand. Eh, who who knows? Maybe I will understand someday.
It really is strange. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, Yu-Gi-Oh existed. Yeah, it's been around for decades by now, but it wasn't like super popular. And
No.
then the new game came out, and all of a sudden everyone's playing it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Must something in the water probably.
So, what made you want to be a VTuber?
That's an answer that a lot of people always give a lot of thought to make it sound cool. My answer is I was bored.
That is
I was That
perfectly
is literally
acceptable.
that. Look. It started when the big coof happened.
Mm-hmm.
People, quarantine started. I'm sitting at home, doing nothing, absolutely bored. And then, honestly, you can blame. I think a lot of VTubers can blame Project Melody for starting that. Because I found out about her from something completely unrelated. I was watching just a different video, and they were going crazy about the science team, and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? What science team? What? And then I discovered some anime girl crashed that streaming website.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, what? And then I found Hololive from there, and
Yep.
yeah, it all went downhill. And well, I was bored. I kind of, wanted to do some content. I was thinking about it.
I
And I thought, yeah, fuck it, might as well be a VTuber too.
I just remember hearing the first Project Melody was basically one of my first introductions to VTubing as well, because I remember hearing that there were people on Twitch who were really angry that this person existed,
Hmm.
and I was like, who is she? And so it totally backfired. It was like, oh, what's it called? What's that thing? The Streisand effect. It was the Streisand
Yeah.
effect of VTubing.
Now I was just watching a random video. I think it was they were playing Rainbow Six Siege at the
Mm-hmm.
time, and they just started riffing about the science team. And I'm like, what the hell is the science team? And like, I'm looking at the comments, and people started talking about Project Melody. I'm like, what the hell is that? And why is it in my video? And yeah, that's where I discovered that. Discovered VTubing in general, and yeah, the rabbit hole was very deep. Yeah, I spent a while just watching Hololive, not understanding shit because I don't know Japanese,
Yeah.
but they were cute and funny, and that was enough.
Do you find that there are that you're okay with watching a VTuber in spite of there being a massive language barrier?
It was honestly, it's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of really hard. Like when I started like VTubing and all that, we like Hololive didn't even have like subtitlers.
Mm.
We didn't have that. Like literally, there was only Japanese. We didn't have even a single. Like it started, I think around mid 2020 that there a couple of channels popped up that started like adding English subtitles to Hololive clips
Mm-hmm.
or entire VODs.
Yes.
And then, of course, we all know the Orange Dragon happened that gave birth to official English stuff from Hololive.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, yeah, like we just had to rely on that one person, that one lone hero that tried to add subtitles to literally every clip that popped up.
I gotta say, clip channels are the ultimate unsung hero of the VTuber sphere.
Depending on which ones,
Hmm.
some are kind of um, scummy.
Yeah.
Recently, like I think last week, there was a clipper that yeah, he's got his own fucking Patreon, his own throne,
Hmm.
his own merch. And I mean, you're making clips of other people. That's not really your content. Why do you have merch?
Well,
Like, yeah, you're probably getting paid for the clips, obviously,
hmm.
but I mean, I don't know, some people take it too far.
is the merch of the people that they're clipping, or is it like their own personal branding?
Their own personal branding when they don't make their own personal content.
Hmm.
It's kind of like, hey, I'm gonna burn this movie on my CD, and then you're gonna watch that movie, but you'll have to buy a plushie of me.
It is
Like when
kind of
you
funny when you
explain
put
it
it
like
that way.
that, it sounds stupid, doesn't it?
Oh God. So
It's like I'm gonna go to McDonald's, buy their burger, resell it to you, and give you a Happy Meal toy of me. It's kind of like that. It's kind of weird. I mean, sure, if people buy it, okay, I mean,
yeah,
it's up to
it's
them. But it's a weird move, weird
yeah,
flick.
it's like, okay, I don't understand why someone would buy this, but at the same time, it's kind of just, it's so freaking easy to set up a Teespring that I don't,
Yeah,
you
like
can,
t-shirts and stuff. But like you're showing clips that other people like. Yeah, you probably edit them. Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
Yeah, that's still work. But I
yeah,
mean, that's not you. No. I mean, the thing is, like, if there's merch, someone bought it.
yeah.
Someone buys it.
I wonder, maybe it's like if Industrial Light and Magic had their own merchandise, even though they're the people that do all the Star Wars stuff, or I don't know if they're still doing it, but I wonder if like people would be willing to buy merch from them, even though they don't actually. Well, actually, no, wait, that's not true because they make the models and all that stuff, so no, it wouldn't be like that. I forget I said anything. Uh, what was the process for creating your character?
Quite simple, actually. I just, well, as you might know, I'm actually like, Russian. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought, you know what? I need something that fits the theme. So we started off with the hat. Obviously, the hat is a must.
Yes.
But I also wanted to look cool and edgy because I'm dumb and I love cool and edgy stuff. The intentionally cool and edgy, which is cringe,
Mm.
but also fun. So I decided, you know what, feck it, let's go with the gas mask, because like all those franchises that everyone knows, like Metro and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I also am a fan of Metro and then Fallout and Stalker and all that, and it kind of went on from there. And also Hunk from Resident Evil
Mm-hmm.
and Jinro.
Yeah.
There you go. Badass gas mask warriors. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although yeah, no, don't got no exoskeleton or cool armor. Just got a coat, but it's still good.
Yeah. But
That was the initial thought process, so we went there.
well, gas masks are, of course, really cool. Uh, so I don't blame you at all for going with
Thank
that
you.
aesthetic. I was looking because the thing is that when I look around for people to interview, I usually just I'll click on I go to Twitter, I type in VTuber in the search bar, I look up who responded most recently, and then I just go to each of them and I try and get a general 1,000-foot overview of what they're about. And usually you're a bit bigger than most of the people I interview, and that might intimidate me sometimes. But then I was like, the aesthetic is just so on point.
I ain't
I have to
big. I
try.
ain't big at all. I ain't big at all. What are you talking about? I'm just big bone. I got thicker Twitter bones. That's it.
So, do you have any lore for your character?
Well, the original lore was that I am a gas mask man,
Okay,
and then I became Mothman.
Mothman.
Yeah, I've thought it was like in the early times of my start. I was thinking, you know what, just being a gas mask man is kind of boring, because at that time everyone was trying to outdo each other. That was like the golden age, the very beginning, where every new VTuber had to look impressive. At
Yes.
least that was the thought process of most people. And I thought, hey, a gas mask band is kind of like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's a novelty, but it's not as impressive.
Hmm.
And I love cryptids, and I've met other cryptid VTubers, and I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna be a gas mask man and a mothman at the same time.
Hey,
Like,
there you
why the
go.
hell not? So yeah. Plus, big red eyes, dark outfit.
Yeah, it kind of lends itself.
And there was the legend of the Mothman, like in Russia. Apparently, allegedly, they saw Mothman on top of a building, and the building exploded. Which also, it's not Mothman because apparently then it became a Crowman, and then it became nonsense since it was never proven, and there's no evidence of that whatsoever. But fuck it, I rolled with it.
I think we got to bring back this because we have like no contemporary folklore at all, and it's kind of sad because folklore is fun. Like in
I mean,
America,
in America, you got West Virginia and the entire South. You have more cryptids than people there.
yeah, I know. You got in the West, you have Bigfoot. Everybody loves Bigfoot. You'll be driving in the middle of nowhere, and every once in a while you'll look in someone's yard and they will have a big wooden cutout painted in black of Bigfoot.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
It is
No,
awesome.
I just love West Virginia, just the sheer amount of like, cryptids and other like folk tales, and they're all relatively modern from the last century.
Mm.
And looking into like as I've said, I love cryptids and I've looked into it. Most of these cryptids are just a bunch of drunk dudes trying to outdo each other with scary stories, and I love it. The fact that it all survived up to this day and age.
West Virginia is a very interesting place in general because it's where you have there's a mountain range, the Appalachian Mountains, and you have people from there refer to themselves as Appalachia, and people from Appalachia are like rednecks on steroids. They are,
No, Appalachia is freaking amazing. I mean,
yeah,
I know of at least 4 cryptids that are the results of basically, lumberjacks and stuff like that running out of the forest, and to avoid looking like they got scared by the forest. And look, the forests and mountains are pretty scary. Who knows what's out there?
yeah.
Maybe it's a cougar or a wolf or a bear. I don't know. But in order to avoid looking like having their buddies laugh at them, they say, "Ah, swear, man, that was a snake that rolled into a ball and chased me." That's actually a cryptid, by the way. Like it's actually from the 18th century.
Huh.
A snake that bites his own tail and then he rolls like a wheel after you to slap you in the face. That's an actual cryptid.
Wow.
And I swear that since it originated from lumberjack, I guarantee they were on moonshine like nothing else there. Like
Oh
who would
yeah.
come up with that? Who else would come up with that?
Oh boy. So, what's your favorite accomplishment of your channel so far?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't really think I've had like that many like impressive accomplishments. I mean, sure, it's personal accomplishments, I guess. Like I've made a board game like
Really?
last year. Yeah, I made a board game about VTubing. It's extremely cursed. I tried to make it as cursed as possible, so that was fun. I really love that.
So is it a physical board game or is it like a online kind
I
of thing?
wish it was a physical board game. It's on tabletop sim, but it's freely available. Anyone can play it.
Nice.
I a few people liked it, so I guess that's fun. It never caught on, mostly because yeah, it's cursed. That
Well,
might be it.
I mean, so is VTubing, to be fair. Uh,
Nah, VTubing is not cursed. It's the people in it that are.
so, what do you hope to accomplish through your channel?
That's a really tough question. I've thinking about it. I mean, at this point, like, well, I just want to have a lot of fun, and I don't know, make people think a little bit. I would much rather make content that actually, like, is memorable,
Mm-hmm.
if only for a little bit,
Yeah.
because you've been around, you've seen a lot of the content is just, just put it out there and forget it ever existed after that.
Yes.
It's like React content, for example.
Hmm.
Even though I'm guilty of doing it myself, but blame my viewers. They want me to watch stuff.
I
Can't
mean,
do anything about it.
that's not. I wouldn't be too unfair to yourself about that. I mean, the thing is that it's a content grind. It's a content mill. You got to keep putting stuff out there, and it's difficult to be creative every single time you do something. So sometimes you end up
That's true.
with basically just React content.
Yeah, but React, like, what was React content is like fart jokes. It's the low end. It's the lowest tier. But very easy to do, but it's also like you giggle for like 5 seconds, and after 10 seconds, you forget the joke ever happened until
Yes.
someone farts again.
So, is there anything that you've produced that you feel meets the criteria that you're talking about, as far as like memorable?
Memorable? Probably not. I mean, I'm a small channel, so it's really hard to gauge whether something is memorable or not.
Well, is it
I mean,
what's memorable to you then?
what's memorable to me? It's my Kenshi playthrough series
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube that I've kind of put a pause on. I really need to continue it, but
Mm-hmm.
that series taught me the first important thing I've learned about the YouTube algorithm, and I believe it helped me out a lot since.
And what would you say that is, or are you not?
Uh,
Do you not want to give the secret away?
oh no, it's no secret. Like I just put the word waifu in my title, and that video got 10 times the normal views.
That'll do it.
No, for real, 10 times the normal amount of views. Like back then, it was like what, 2 years ago. Like most of my videos maybe got like maybe between 100 and 150 viewers
I'm I'm
like, in total.
I'm gonna make a note of that for this video. Put waifu in title. There you go.
No, like normally I get like maybe like maybe 100 views on a video back then, like
Mhm.
maybe 150 or so. That video got like almost 2,500.
Jeez. Wow.
That's yeah, just because I put waifu in the title, and that happened in like a day.
Wow.
I was flabbergasted. I was like, "What the hell? What's going on? Is that all I need to do? Just put waifu everywhere?"
Okay. So in that same vein, I'm gonna go off book a little here. Who is your favorite waifu? We're doing this for the algorithm, so I have to ask.
What's the criteria? From where? From what? Like, is it?
Well, obviously it has to
There's a
be.
lot of candidates.
It has to be an anime waifu. How about the tough lady? You know, the one
Anime
who like
waifu. Oh man.
the kick your ass type of waifu. Who's that one?
Kick your ass type of waifu. That's a tough one because there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Man, you're asking the hard questions here. You're giving me a run for the money. It's really hard to pick.
Hmm.
Hmm. What anime did I watch that was? I think one of my favorite wife was probably like if you're familiar with Fate, with the Fate series.
Uh, uh, I've heard of it. I know a little bit about it. I've never seen it.
Okay, I'll say it anyway. It's probably Ryder from Medusa,
Oh, okay.
basically.
She,
Badass, cool glasses.
there you go. That is a perfectly acceptable answer. I just decided to do a quick Google search. Uh,
No, I love her because like it's based on a visual novel,
mhm,
and there's multiple routes, as you know, in a lot of visual novels, and she's basically like getting fucking destroyed in every single one of them,
mhm.
except the most depressing one. She kicks fucking ass in there.
Nice. Well,
So I I gotta love her for it. Like she got justice. Like in one of them, she gets destroyed off screen. She doesn't even get it.
So, out of curiosity, I've never seen Fate before, but I do know that it's pretty extensive. It's kind of a big
Oh
thing.
God, that's it's basically, hey, do you love history? All your historical figures are waifus now. Bang.
So,
No, real. King Arthur is a waifu. Let's see. Name me a historical figure that you like.
um, George Washington.
I think he might be a waifu, but probably not.
Well, worth a
Probably
shot.
not. No, too recent. There's photos, pictures. It's recent.
Uh,
Like they turned Nero, the Roman emperor that Rome burned down,
yeah,
waifu.
yeah.
Yep,
Nero, the crazy guy.
the crazy guy,
So,
waifu now.
out of curiosity, where would you start with that series?
Probably the most popular choice would be Fate Zero, which is the prequel
Hmm.
to the visual novel. It's
Hmm.
the prequel, so it would be a good place to start because it does set up like the all the events of. I mean, it's a prequel. Where else can
Yeah.
you start?
Yeah, I only ask because it is something that I've done like a vague glance at, and it just has so many different series, and they're all called something different, and it's like, okay, well, where do I start?
Oh boy, like look, there's some people that can give you an essay on the proper watch order, but they're like it's
Oh
the
God,
hardcore
the
purists.
the 10-minute video, the standard 10-minute YouTube documentary.
10 minutes? No, it's gonna take them like 2 hours. Are you
Uh,
nuts?
Fair enough.
No, there's three series. Like in the visual novel, there's three routes, and each route got an anime.
Wow.
So technically, it's technically the same story, but the events are different.
Huh.
I mean, one of them is the old Fate Stay Night anime, from ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Unlimited Blade Works, which is otherwise known as Unlimited Budget Works because it's got UFO table,
Hmm.
and they got like the budget of a small country,
Wow.
so it looks, yeah. And there's the Heaven's Feel, which is a movie, a three-part movie. They decided instead of doing an anime an episode, we're just gonna make three movies out of it.
Wow.
Insane visuals. And there's of course the Phase Zero. There's the spin-offs. There's the fucking mobile gotcha game. It's yeah, like there's a lot. It's big.
So, what has been the biggest change to your channel since you started VTubing?
Biggest change?
Yes.
Oh wow. I don't think there has been one. Strangely enough. I mean, beyond like, the usual like, changing the setup, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've done really any massive changes.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely enough, like next month is going to be my 50th year anniversary, and I haven't really changed my channel all that much beyond aesthetics.
Hmm. Uh,
I've gotten okay, maybe I've gotten into like commentary on games
mm-hmm.
and stuff on YouTube, which surprisingly is my most popular stuff. So I'm not sure about what that makes.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I've played that game Once Human, and I've made multiple videos basically complaining about it. And, yeah, it's done fairly well.
uh, I'm not familiar with Once Human.
Don't be. It's not
Okay,
worth it.
fair enough. Oh,
No,
there were.
it's a bunch of wasted potential. The game can be so good, but they're squandering it for loot boxes.
Hey, I'm in America. We're the land of wasted opportunities as far as gaming's concerned.
Tragically so, yeah. Tragically so.
So, who's your favorite VTuber and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. Because I there's plenty who are my favorites, but I've never actually like thought about ranking them up. Who's more favorite than the other?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard to actually like how do I quantify that?
Well,
Like usually it depends on the mood, like what I'm for the mood for.
hmm.
Like
Well,
if I want chaotic energy, probably gonna be like Pippa if I'm feeling for some chaos.
I like Pippa too. I,
Like if I want someone more chill, there's others, so
I
that's fun.
I've been enjoying the clips of Pippa and Pippa recently.
That was fun. That was really good. But too bad that the other Pippas graduated. What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
know.
You can't graduate on such a note. What the hell? Who does
I
that?
mean, well, I mean, Pink Pippa said it herself. These people, they have a way of reappearing.
Oh God. Oh, yeah.
I know. We're not
Look,
supposed
at
we're
this
not supposed to talk about that.
I know, but at this, look at this point. That's just how I operate. Is that look, big VTuber who has things that go well for them, and they suddenly graduate for no reason. Check if Hololive had auditions, like, or any other corporate had auditions. That's just how it rolls now.
Hmm.
Like one of the VTubers that I knew, just for some reason graduated.
Hmm.
I'm like looking, okay, things have been going well. You've been growing. You've gotten multiple sponsorships. Things are great, and you graduate for no reason. What the hell happened? Hololive. They went to Hololive. Yeah, like that's the only explanation.
I wonder what things are like in the walls of that place. What it would be like to be a fly on the wall.
Oh boy, I'm kind of afraid to find out. I mean, it's a corporation,
Yeah. It
and I mean, recently it's not been going well for a lot of them.
yeah, I know. I'm
Like
just
Hololive has been having people leave, and nobody knows why.
yeah. I mean,
They can only wonder.
I've heard theories as to why, but I'm not going to go over them here.
Oh, there's like dime a dozen theories, like so many of like some of them saying that the company is now bad, some
Hmm.
saying they just wanted a break. Other people like I've heard people like equate it to Niji Sanji, like it's the talent, like bullying and stuff. But I'm not sure. Like nobody knows.
Yeah. I honestly, I've heard everybody on the planet talk about Niji Sanji. No idea what went on there. Uh,
It was a mess because a lot of people talked.
oh yeah,
It was a real right mess.
yeah. So anyway,
Anyway, yep.
interview. Your ideal stream. Who are you inviting on? And it can be anyone. Anyone at all.
Anyone at all? Oh
Yes.
man, anyone at all. Oh, that's hard. Cause like I want to hang out with Markiplier.
Hey,
Hey, I love the guy. He looks fun.
yeah, he, he,
Like
he
a
sounds like
Markiplier. Like,
he seems like a fun guy.
I want to goof off with him. It's gonna be so fun. But yeah, like no, not that it's ever gonna happen. But
Oh,
hey,
of
you
course.
know, like if you wanted to hear about VTubers,
Well, no, I
like
I I made it open ended on purpose. So go
yeah,
wherever you
like
want it. Go wherever you want with
with
it.
VTubers, honestly, I honestly have no idea
Hmm.
because like I did not even entertain the idea ever. Like I tend to be more realistic
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to such things. Like, oh wow, if I get to collab with them, I'll do that. Nah, like I'm never getting a collab with them, so I'm not even entertaining the thought.
I think that most people take the realistic approach for that one because they're the most popular answer is my friends. And I'm like, yeah, but you can pretty
But
much
I'm already
always get
doing
a
that.
stream with your friends if you really want to.
I'm already doing that though, so
Yeah.
that's not really like a dream stream. Like I don't know, at least in my definition, if people tell me, "Yo, what's your dream stream?" It's usually like, "Yo, what's the thing that's never going to happen?" At least in my head, I know it's a bit jaded and pessimistic, but like that, I mean, that
Oh no.
dream is like the impossible.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entertainer?
an entertainer,
Mm-hmm.
uh, don't shut up. Just keep yapping. That's the big secret. Just keep yapping. Like especially if they just start out, because especially now, it's incredibly difficult to actually get any traction, any viewers. Like I've seen some VTubers who have been like for years by now, like at sub 5 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just stay with one viewer for a very long time. So it's incredibly difficult to actually like get to the point where you actually start to get viewers.
Yes.
And a good foible that a lot of people get caught on is that they're just playing a game and they're not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people go in. Not everyone just immediately starts to chat, you know, like someone opens a stream, they'll lurk a little bit, see what's up, and decide whether they're going to stay or not. And a lot of people get caught on the fact that it's just someone silently playing a game
Yeah.
and they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think most of us have been there. Just, you know, starting off, there's nobody there. Yeah, I just talked to myself for for like over a month until all of a sudden there was someone in chat and I lost it. Like, oh my god, yo, what's up? How you doing?
It,
Finally have someone to talk with.
incidentally, that's one of the reasons that I've always been hesitant to do the Let's Play style of stream, because I know that I will immediately get completely absorbed in the game. I will not be able to talk, and I can't stand seeing a Let's Player that's not talking, because what's the point?
Exactly. Like, yeah, streaming is more interactive. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
it's the more interactive form because yeah, you actually talk to the player, the Let's Player. It's an interactive Let's Play as opposed to just watching it on YouTube. But yeah, like you know those silent Let's Play videos? I don't get them. I genuinely don't get them. Like, why would you watch it? Like, why? Like, I guess for the plot.
Mm.
Like, they don't want to, but play the game then. Problem. Like, you would watch a Let's Play because you want to see the input of the person, whether they are, you know, doing a silly Let's Play or a serious Let's Play, like depending on your taste. But you always want to see what the person actually like reacting to whatever happens.
Mm.
Like I've watched plenty of small streamers, small YouTubers, VTubers rather, play like doing their streams, and there's like moments of like 5 to 10 minutes of silence, which is horrible.
Yeah. That's
And
tough.
yeah, so the biggest advice I think to anyone who wants to get into content creation or entertaining is don't shut up. Just keep talking. Doesn't matter what it is. Just keep talking. Comment even on things that you would never comment on regardless. Like you're playing, that rock looks stupid. You know, stuff like that.
Just start singing a little ditty about whatever's happening
Even
on
that, yeah,
stream.
even that. I've done that. Like
I'm
I've
going to the building.
yeah, stuff like that. Exactly. Like when I started playing, my first streams were like I was playing Devil May Cry,
Mm-hmm.
doing Bloody Palace.
Yep.
So that was easy. I was just commenting, "Oh, you went flying," stuff like that. I just didn't shut up. And then I think I actually got like took off and got like the people coming in when I was playing Hollow Knight.
Mm.
Another advice, I guess, when you're starting out, play stuff that people like. I guess.
Yes.
Don't play just what you like. That can come later.
Mm.
But like I played Hollow Knight, I freaking loved it, and a lot of other people love it, so I got lucky there.
Nice.
So people came in to watch me play it. So
Thing.
awesome game. One of my favorite games ever.
Nice. So, what was the first anime you ever watched, and what drew you to it?
Oh,
And
no, that's a story.
I
No, that's a story.
okay.
It's Elfen Lied.
Oh,
That's the first one I watched. Oh yeah.
that's a
So that's my
tough first
introduction
right
to it.
there.
Tough. That was amazing. What are you talking about? That anime was the best. And what drew me into it?
Mm-hmm.
Someone sent me like a friend showed me an AMV, like a
Mm-hmm.
Children of Bottom song,
Mm-hmm.
put two clips from that anime. I'm like, holy shit, what is that? I want to watch this. like heavy black death metal music. What's the actual genre? Melodic death metal. Yeah,
Hmm.
melodic death metal with people getting torn apart, with a cute pink-haired anime cat girl. Even though she's not a cat girl, those are horns. But
Yeah.
I was young and stupid, didn't know the difference then. But yeah, mind blown. Just had to watch it. Then I read the manga, got depressed, but that's another story.
I mean, the show itself is kind of depressing on its own.
Oh no, the manga's worse. The manga's like 10 times worse. No,
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
like you know where the anime ends.
I haven't seen it for like 12 years, so no.
Yeah, but like roughly, like it ends when someone knocks on the door and you don't know if it's her or not.
Oh, yep,
It's
yep.
ambiguous. Yeah, that's the halfway point of the manga. It gets worse from there.
Oh, jeez.
It gets worse. So oof, not yeah, still worth it. Still worth it. But goddamn, that was depressing.
So,
But yeah, that's my first anime.
yes. And if you could go to an anime convention tomorrow, whom would you cosplay as?
I actually probably won't cosplay. I'll literally just find. I'll cosplay as myself. There you go.
Ah, there you go.
I'm gonna go there, die of heat stroke, because I'm gonna wear a heavy, thick winter coat and a gas mask, and probably pass out somewhere, and that's gonna be fun.
There you go. Don't
Hey,
don't worry. It's in Toronto. You'll be fine.
hey, just saying. I mean, if I show up like that to a convention like this, I mean, it's not a
Oh yeah,
bad look.
yeah. There you go. You'll get some pictures. People will take some pictures with you. They'll be like, "What
Exactly.
character is this? I got to get a picture with him."
Yeah, and I'll open my coat and there's my channel links.
And of course the plushies.
The plushies like hanging out like like a back alley drug dealer, like opening up like the code, but instead of illicit goods, it's just plushies, keychains, bootleg merch of myself.
So, what do you look for in a video game?
Oh, that's kind of that's such a nebulous concept nowadays. I kind of look for a good gameplay loop,
Hmm.
something that can keep me occupied for a while. I also love stories. I prefer like a good story to the game. Like
Right.
if there's just like gameplay but no story, it's kind of boring in my opinion.
Hmm.
I love narrative stuff, so that's important to me.
Can you give an example of games with a strong narrative?
Quite there's a lot like games with a strong narrative.
Does one?
Fallout New Vegas,
Oh,
Fallout New Vegas,
there
for
we go.
example. Hey, people know me as the guy who rants about Fallout 4 all the time, so I gotta put in the obligatory Fallout New Vegas is better than Fallout 4. So there it is.
Well, that's just objectively true.
Facts, facts.
Uh, no, New Vegas is one of my favorite games. I tried playing 3 and 4, and I couldn't get into it because
No, three is fine.
yeah,
Three was a phase where they still tried to be like Fallout,
mm,
like the OG Fallout. Sure, they screwed up in some ways, but they succeeded in others. Like they're good. Bethesda are good world crafters, so I
mm,
still like the world in Fallout 3, even in Fallout 4. I
yes,
still like going around there. The writing though is atrocious.
yeah.
It's just atrocious.
The thing that I like about New Vegas is that it doesn't just have it's not just run and gun. There's much more like narrative elements to it that allow you to explore
Yes.
other ways of negotiating a situation, which I really
And
like.
it's so much is interconnected.
Yes.
Like a lot of the YouTubers who do video essays. One of the most common examples in Fallout New Vegas is Vault 22. The one with all the vegetation.
Yep.
There's like 9 different quests that take you there,
Hmm.
and it's not like It's also game design. The game just is designed very well. They don't just put it in your path through a place where you have to go to ensure you won't miss it.
Hmm.
No, it's out of the way, but they give you like 9 different quests that will take you there, or will make sure you check your pass by.
One of the big complaints that I've heard about Fallout New Vegas is that it's too big. And I never really understood that criticism because I like the walking element of it. It's more immersive that way. It feels like you're actually traveling rather than
I
just
mean, you also have fast travel, so I'm not sure like what the complaint is even about.
yeah.
And personally, like I wish it was bigger, just a little bit. There's once you like I can kind of understand what they mean when I start playing, even after I played the game many times. When I start playing it and I just start out, it does feel big because like, oh my god, reaching over all the way there, that's gonna take me ages. Wow, that's so far away. But once you're like at the end point, when you almost complete the game, you realize I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
This place feels so small now.
Yeah.
It's it's a question of perspective. Like Skyrim looks big, but once you've explored Skyrim, it doesn't look big at all anymore.
Yes.
I think it's a thing with all open world games, so I'm not sure.
It's a matter of how much is there in its totality rather than the actual space. The actual space is not that critical to you being able to explore it, I would say. If that makes any sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. No, it's Bethesda is really good at one thing, which is world design.
Yes.
They're very good at this. Even if there's no quests or anything all that interesting, you still look at something and see, oh wow, I want to check this place out.
Hmm.
Like it's in Skyrim, it's even in Fallout 4. They're very good at this about making a world where you want to explore because they put interesting landmarks, interesting things. Maybe also, yeah, the generic, dungeons.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a hole with bandits in it. I guess I'm gonna go there and get the chest with the loot,
And
which is a satisfying gameplay loop, I guess. A lot of people like it.
and one other thing, and this just occurred to me. Everywhere in Fallout New Vegas, even the outdoor area, is different. If I was playing something like Halo, I would not be able to tell you where I was in the game just by any one screenshot because all the hallways inside, once you get inside the actual dungeon crawler element, it all looks pretty much the same. But in Fallout New Vegas, no matter where you are, and this is something I've experienced, I could see like someone just right out of clear blue sky, they're at this place, and it looks almost like a regular desert, but I can tell
It's
exactly where they are.
no same. Someone showed a screenshot, literally just a desert, a distant gecko, and the skies. And yeah, I know exactly. I can point it on the map and tell you where they are
Yeah.
just from that image. It's like, yeah, it's just a bunch of sand and rocks, but somehow it's still memorable because you don't have that sand and rock anywhere else.
Yes. I find that I think that it was very well designed in that
It's
aspect.
it's expert level design. Like this is what I call expert level design, where just a bunch of rocks in that particular formation, it's not repeating itself all the time.
Mm,
You can still you know where it is. The things are memorable.
mm. So, moving on. What games are you looking forward to?
What I'm looking forward to
Yes.
right now, I'm a little bit on a binge of No Man's Sky. There was an
Hmm.
update recently, so
Hmm.
what I'm really looking forward to is their next game, the Light No Fire.
I did hear that
So
they were
I'm
making
actually
another game.
yeah, apparently it's not gonna be a galaxy, but it's gonna be a full blown like fantasy inspired planet,
Hmm.
like continents, oceans, stuff like that,
Wow.
which sounds interesting. So I'm really curious about that. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. If we're talking about games that are coming out, probably Monster Hunter. Not gonna lie,
Hmm. Uh,
it's the first Monster Hunter that's gonna be released on PC on release day. So hell yeah, I will not have to wait a year and get spoiled every time.
nice. So your friends just dropped in to play video games. What are you playing?
What are we playing?
Mm-hmm.
Depends. Are they streamers?
Well, are your friends streamers?
um, Fair. I mean, honestly, we're probably playing one of the Phasmo games,
Mm-hmm.
or I mean, if I have the choice, if the choice is on my hands, I'm gonna force them to play Magica.
Magica. What's that?
You are unfamiliar with Magica?
Hold on, let me see. Is
You
that
heathen. It's the wizard friendly fire simulator. You basically play it's a four-player co-op game. You play as wizards on a quest, and you can do crazy element combination to craft spells, and there's friendly fire.
Oh, that's interesting.
One
I've
of the most
never
fun
heard of
games
this.
I've played. You missed out. You missed out. Highly recommend it. It's like for real, it's one of the best collab games, I'd say.
Nice.
But nobody plays it, and that's a travesty.
Hmm. I will write it
I need to
down.
get I need to get people to play it. And I now want Magica. Very good game. Also sad that we're not getting Magica 3. Also, they got good marketing.
Huh,
Check out the trailer for Magica 2. They have a really catchy song.
nice. Uh, okay, so now this is the part of the interview where I like to ask more random questions. Uh,
Let's go. I'm
here,
ready.
which do you prefer, Elvis or the Beatles?
The Beatles.
Hmm.
I just prefer something more, melodic.
Hmm.
Like not saying that Elvis is not melodic, but Elvis is more of a singer.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, Beatles are they also sing, but they also have really catchy tunes. And I'm a tune guy. I love a catchy rhythm, good music, guitars. They're very memorable.
Nice. You're on a boat with friends. What artist are you listening to?
What artist I'm does the boat are we lost at sea or are we like just heading somewhere?
You're heading
That's
somewhere.
the real
You're out.
question.
You're out having fun. Like the setup to
Okay.
a horror movie. You're about to get eaten by a big fish, but you're in that previous time where everyone's having
What
generic fun.
artist? What artist? Oh boy. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because there's so many choices, but I'll probably put on some Necrogoblicon
Mm-hmm.
pirate song
Oh, okay.
because it's a hilarious song. It's also very catchy.
Nice.
And hey, we're on a boat. We got to do it.
There you go. Uh, what's a good movie to watch on a Sunday afternoon?
Sunday afternoon. Oh, that's a hard one. I don't really watch a lot of movies anymore because most of them are ass. But if I have to pick a movie, an old one, I think I'm gonna go with a classic, something like maybe The Terminator, like
Oh,
one and two. Nothing beyond two. We don't talk about those.
yeah, they made a movie Beyond Two. I've never heard of it.
Good. You shouldn't. You shouldn't hear. You shouldn't hear beyond any Terminator 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7s. Definitely not.
So, would you ever talk to a stranger unprompted in a public setting?
Considering I worked in customer service, yes, it was kind of my job.
Oof.
Oof, I'm still there.
Oh, yeesh.
I've been there for 13 years.
Wow. I
Yeah.
I do not envy you.
No, nowadays I work from home, so I don't have to talk to them. They talk to me, so that's different. I don't need to chase after them, so yeah. But I mean, beyond work environment, yeah. Sometimes I mean, if something happens and I need directions or anything like that, yeah, sure. I'm not a complete introvert, so I have no issues approaching strangers.
Nice. Which do you prefer, chess or poker?
Honestly, probably poker. Chess is cool and all, but it's like not enough chance. It's pure strategy, and I kind of suck at it. With poker, I could still win, maybe. You know, maybe if I get the right cards.
There you go. Uh, which do you prefer, a home cooked meal or a restaurant?
Probably a home cooked meal because I can make it exactly as I like it. Finding a restaurant that makes it exactly as you like it is really difficult. It's like with pizzas.
Mm.
Like you order your favorite pizza, but sometimes they just don't get it right.
Yes.
That happens, and that same happens in every restaurant basically. When you're making it yourself, you know exactly how much spice you want, and do you want it extra spicy or not. You know, it's a lot more convenient.
Mm. And what's your favorite thing that you ever cooked yourself?
Hmm. My favorite thing, my spicy shakshuka.
Ooh.
It's a Mediterranean like egg dish with tomatoes and salsa sauce and eggs all in a frying pan. Delicious.
I have actually made shakshuka before, believe it or not.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
Whenever I talk about shakshuka, people are like always like, "What the hell is that?" It's like it's really weird to talk to someone who actually knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's new.
I saw a video of some guy making it, and it looked easy enough, and he just put like, okay, well, it's eggs inside a basic tomato sauce with a crap ton of pepper in it.
Yep, my version, instead of the tomato sauce, I just put salsa sauce.
Ah,
So
there you
that's
go.
the version I've been taught. I had a brief stint of a year where I worked in a restaurant
Hmm.
with Mediterranean cuisine
Yep.
and stuff like that. A lot of fish and a lot of salsa in a lot of dishes, and especially the shakshuka where I learned how to make it. So that was
Nice.
fun.
Oh man, I'm hungry now.
It always happens.
Do you have a cooking disaster that still makes you laugh?
Surprisingly, no. I've never actually had any cooking disasters. I mean, I'm not sure it's a cooking disaster, but one time I put my bottle of Coke in the freezer, forgot about it for like 3 hours, and then I opened it up. I'm not sure if it's a cooking disaster, but it was a disaster. You know what happens to a bottle of Coke if you open it up when it's frozen?
Uh, it does it explode?
It rained Coke from the ceiling for a good while. Yes, it gazers up all the way to the ceiling. So
Huh.
yeah, there was a suspicious brown stain on the ceiling for a while there.
I suppose it
It
make
explodes.
I suppose it makes sense. I mean, the thing is that when if I was to put it in the fridge, it would actually get kind of flatter in a way, or the bubbles would be tinier. But if it was,
It's more like it was in the, it's not frozen solid like an
yeah,
ice block, but it was look more like a smoothie,
yeah,
that sort of consistency,
okay,
and all the gas just pushed it out.
huh,
So it's like when you throw a Mentos in the Coke bottle. Same
yep,
reaction.
that's pretty cool. Uh, disastrous, but cool.
But yeah, but
Uh,
otherwise, cooking disasters. I mean, I've never actually, not that I tried. I never actually burned any food.
hmm,
I mean, there were a few times where I don't know, one something I cooked didn't come out as well. But I mean, I wouldn't qualify that as a disaster.
hmm,
So I've gotten lucky. I think I'm one of the few VTubers who didn't have a cooking disaster.
hmm.
Like I've seen some cooking disaster. Let me tell you that. I've seen someone making a turkey and it came out looking like a Half-Life cooked head crab.
Oh boy. I still like watching clips from Pippa's streams where she tries cooking in vague ways, and it is always a disaster with Pippa. Uh,
I don't know. I think one of the qualifications to being a popular VTuber is the complete inability to cook.
yes,
I don't know what's up about it, but the majority of them literally t- keep them away from the kitchen,
yes.
please. Just
Oh
keep them
god.
away.
Uh, you find $20 in the street. What do you buy with it?
$20?
Oh, sorry.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no. $20 is fine. Like with $20, I don't know. I'll probably order like I'm gonna go to a place like buy myself like a big meal of junk food. Okay, not junk food, fast food, like some like burger or a pizza.
Yeah. I was gonna
I
say.
like to indulge sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know. I don't know what the proper conversion to
No,
rubles would
actually
be.
no. Actually no. I'm gonna get sushi because sushi is more expensive.
Ah, well, there you go. So, what would your ideal vacation look like?
Oh man, I technically had it, so that's why it's my ideal. So I know it's good.
Hmm.
It's just chilling on a beach, a bottle of rum, and some good friends.
Nice.
I already had it. It wasn't a vacation. Just rented a couple of beach chairs, sitting in the sand, watching the sunset, getting drunk, and just chilling out with friends. I don't know. It was just good, very memorable, and very very nice.
It does sound very nice. It's
Yeah, I'm low maintenance. I don't need some crazy trip to somewhere or something. I mean, maybe I've never done that. Never had any crazy, super crazy trips. But out of all my vacations, that's like one of the most memorable moments I've had. So I guess I could. That's why I qualified as ideal.
mm. So, if you could talk to a historical figure, who would it be?
Oh, that's a rough one. That's a rough one because look, I'm just saying, there's so many historical figures I'd want to talk with.
I must warn you, this isn't fate. You would actually be talking to the real version of whoever the historical
I'm
figure is.
aware. I'm aware. No, 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 no. Like, I just want to like you know like there's a lot of stuff. Mostly, okay. Look, first of all, I admit I have nefarious purposes with that because I want to talk to a figure that has a lot of controversy around them
Hmm.
because no one's sure what exactly happened,
Hmm.
and then I'll just be taunting people with the actual answer.
Do you have an example in mind?
Well, for one, like Jesus, and asking, what the fuck have you been doing for 20 years, huh? Your
Oh,
book, where's the filler arc?
you would you would encounter some strong resistance after that one. I'll tell you right now.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is that there's like 20 missing years. Where's he been?
What about that carpentry stuff? When did that come into play?
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, who else? Let's see, who else? Oh, like Cortez.
Yep.
Like very controversial. Like, did he actually just hate them, or like a lot of historical figures say, he just went too deep into the thing and he couldn't stop because if he stopped, he'd got to be tried for crimes against humanity back home. So it was that sort of situation.
Yep.
Like Montezuma.
Yes.
Honestly, I would just want to see like I want to see the Aztec Empire. I want to see like is it actually as horrible as they described it? Like just see it for myself.
Did they
Honestly, I
actually
think
do
that.
the human sacrifice rituals?
Oh no, they absolutely did, but
Yeah.
they absolutely did. But everything else, like I mean, they described them as having like weirdo tribal prehistoric people. But we also know they built massive cities, which is not something weirdo jungle people do.
Mm,
So it's that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Honestly, I think one of the coolest superpowers would be is the ability to watch events transpire exactly as they actually did, and the ability to show it.
Well, I'm gonna cross this question off the list. If you could wake up with one talent tomorrow, what would it be?
I mean, it's technically not a talent. That's a superpower. It's supernatural.
Fair
But a
enough.
talent, if I had to pick a talent, well, the ability to sing and play the guitar at the same time.
Oh, that would be great. See, I have a similar thought. I would love to be able to play the piano.
Like I can kind of already play the guitar. I'm
Mm,
kind of an amateur on it,
mhm.
but I can't sing at the same time. I just can't, no matter how
Yeah.
much I try. I mean, I probably could if I practiced actually, but
I,
but whenever I did try, it didn't turn out well. But I still think it's also I just want to. I think the proper thing would be like the talent to get off my ass and actually do the things I want to do. That's a talent.
Wouldn't that be such a great thing to have? Is to be
Exactly.
one of those motivated people that is just able
Yeah,
to.
you know what? I want to do this, and then you just get off your ass and do it. Like that's the talent I want.
Yeah, that would really up my game in just about every aspect of my life.
I think literally any person on the planet would benefit from that. There's not a single person who will not benefit from it. That's the best superpower, motivation.
Yes. Uh, which is your favorite holiday and why?
Favorite holiday?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be New Year's Eve.
Hmm.
I don't know. Everyone's just so festive, so happy.
Hmm.
There's like Christmas trees and stuff.
Hmm.
Like people celebrating. I don't know. I just love the festivity of it.
Hmm.
It's just fun.
New Year's Eve it happens so close to Christmas. I think that this is the case in my family. A lot of people put a certain amount of pressure on Christmas that isn't there with New Year's.
Yeah, but over here we don't really celebrate Christmas the same way. Like over
Yeah.
here, New Year's Eve is the Christmas.
Hmm.
Like we decorate the trees for New Year's Eve and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
That,
it's definitely its own thing, but technically it's also Christmas. We got our own Santa. We like gift giving,
mm-hmm.
family dinner, all that stuff.
Huh.
Going outside and hanging out until morning.
See, I had no idea. That must be
Hey,
pretty
now
cool.
you know.
Yeah.
No, over here Christmas is more of a like Christmas itself
Hmm.
is more of a religious holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Like on actual Christmas Eve here, which also happens by the way on a completely different day. It's on
Yep.
January 7th
Mm-hmm.
because different church.
Yep.
People just go to church. The actual celebration, family dinner, gift giving, all this stuff, that's New Year's Eve.
Huh. That actually sounds kind of nice. I always thought, it there's a weird sort of in America. There's a weird sort of feeling about uh, the mixing of Christianity and the the
Capitalism.
there's religious
Yeah.
Christmas, and then there's uh, Hallmark Christmas, let's call it, and
Hallmark Christmas, exactly.
the two just totally clash. And I always thought that was kind of weird. I always felt weird about that.
A lot of people will just say it's the capitalism of gift giving stuff like that. But nah, I mean, hey, an excuse for having a good family dinner.
Of
I mean,
course.
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. So,
It's the only type of family dinner I approve of. Any other day of the year, no, screw that. I ain't got time for that. I'm busy.
oh boy. Uh, what's a TV show you felt deserved another season?
Oh man, there's actually quite a few. Uh, Honestly, one of them. I mean, it's also. I mean, it's not feasible. I want more sliders. You probably don't know this.
No, I do know Sliders. In fact, I've
Oh my God,
watched.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
uh, the thing is that
I hate having to explain sliders to everyone. It's before their time.
the thing is that after John Vr- John Vr- I can't pronounce it. John Rye Davies, is it? John
Yeah,
Rhys Davies. After he left the show, I think that there was the
it's not just him. The main character who played Mallory also left,
yep,
and they came up with weird plot shenanigans
yeah.
and to change the actor, and yeah, it kind of started going downhill from there.
And what's that guy from The Who? Is it Roger Daltrey?
I think so,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. But you know who I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he did his thing on the show, and the dude. I'm sorry, the dude can't act. Roger
No, here's
Daltrey
the
can't
thing.
act.
They were talking about relaunching the show back in 23.
Huh. I
It unfortunately went nowhere. There were no news after that, so I'm assuming it just fell through. It didn't happen.
I think that the problem with Sliders is that the writers ran out of stuff, because the original episodes were kind of like thought experiments. And then the thought experiments kind of waned off as time went on, and then it kind of went into this
I
more.
found the best way to explain it to people who don't know what Sliders is.
Yeah.
Imagine an isekai anime, but it's a different isekai every episode,
Yes.
basically.
And but as time went on, it veered off from the thought experiments into more like some sort of mysticism.
And not just that, I think the ideas just got more wacky and dumb.
Yeah.
Well, it never leaves my head. It's that episode where like the jocks are mathematicians and scientists, and the nerds are actual like the main sport is math. How was it called? Mathketball or something?
I
Do
don't
you
remember
remember that
this
episode?
one. I don't remember
It's
that
where
one.
it's where the field is split into like squares. It's a basketball field, but the way you move on the field is you jump on each square and you have to quickly solve the equation that pops up on it. And that's how you get to the team, like the enemy team basket to shoot your ball.
Oh
You have to do quick maths.
god. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, what do you need to eat or smoke to come up with that? Like, for real? For what? Credit where it's due. It's original.
Yeah.
I would have never come up with that, but it's also stupid. And of course, since the main character is a super smart scientist who invented parallel universe travel, he has to replace his body, like his double of in
Yep.
that universe, and play instead of him. And he's just super much better. But there's also crime because they're also paid, like bribing his double to lose the game. But he doesn't want to lose because he's starting to enjoy the stardom. And they, like in every other episode, they have to convince him to leave. That's a common theme. They like each one of the party loves the world they're in, but then the others have to convince him to either stay or leave. Like it's a running theme.
Yeah. It's it certainly, that show certainly took an interesting turn. I would be curious to see what they would actually do with it if they tried to bring it back.
No, like I think it would only benefit from a reboot in modern times because I mean, look, we have a lot more ideas nowadays.
Do we though? I
Hey,
I mean,
I don't remember a cyberpunk episode. There was no cyberpunk episode.
yeah.
Just saying.
Well,
There's no corporate dystopia episode. Or I think there was actually. Never mind. No, I think
there
was.
probably was, honestly. Just
There probably was.
yeah.
I mean, you can also do cool commentary, put a corporate dystopia episode, and then have the twist turn out that they're actually home. It's all normal.
Oh god. Here we go. Do you collect anything?
Not since childhood. I used to collect the. Oh my god, people probably don't remember those things. The poggers. Yeah, actual poggers.
Hold on. That sounds.
Not the poggers like the emote. It was those pogs, like little round things that came with like in bags
Oh,
of potato chips.
oh, you mean Pogs?
Pogs.
Yeah.
Pogs. But people called them poggers for some reason.
I
I've
I
seen people call them poggers, and that caught on in my head because the emote.
I know about Pogs, but the only reason I know about them is because of The Simpsons. Where
Oh man, those were the times. That was fun.
yes, and Bart sells his soul, and Milhouse gets it and then sells it in exchange for Alf Pogs. And he says, "Remember
Yep.
Alf? He's back in Pog form."
I mean, I haven't collected anything since a long time ago. I mean, does collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards count?
Yeah, that would count.
Or Pokemon cards? I had those a while ago, but I haven't actually gotten into collecting anything for a very, very, very long time. Does collecting Steam games that I don't play count?
Uh, we'll
Because my library is pretty full of those.
I'll default to the judges on that one. Uh, oh boy.
I think a lot of us collect those kind of things, games
Yeah.
on Steam that we don't play.
Me too. Okay, hold on. Is there a way to get a quick count of how many games you have in your library? I can't tell.
I don't
Oh,
think so.
oh,
Like
here we go. If you click the drop down, I have 700 Steam games. Holy
how
crap!
many of them did you not play?
Most of them.
Bingo. I think that can count as collecting stuff at this point.
Yeah.
When you're in the hundreds, I got like four. Oh my god, almost. Shit, 418, almost
Wow.
420. Now I need to go to Steam and buy a couple of games.
Two more. You just need two more.
Just two more. Oh man, the sale's over. God damn it. Blame the sales, man. It's not my fault. They give me like super cheap prices. What am I supposed to do? Not buy them? Maybe I'll want to play them in like 10 years. I don't know.
Oh god. And my final question of the interview: what smell reminds you of home?
Hmm. Depending on which home. I moved a lot as a kid, but one of the most memorable ones is fresh bread.
Mm,
Because there was a fairly long period of time we lived in an apartment, and like there was a bakery on the ground floor.
wow.
So the moment you open up the window, fresh bread and
Wow.
other stuff. Best smell ever, by the way. Best smell ever.
I'm
You
cu-
haven't lived until you smelled super fresh bread fresh out of the oven.
I'm curious. Is the bread in Russia very dense?
We got all kinds of bread.
Oh, okay. I asked
We
because I
got rye
remember.
bread, we got white bread, regular bread. We got the bread with the seed things in it.
Yep.
We got all the breads.
I only asked because I remember that I like breads from like East. What I've learned about breads from Eastern Europe is that a lot of them, the more regional stuff, is very very dense, and you could like eat one slice of bread and be full from just that
No,
alone.
we got such a bread does exist. I personally am not that much of a fan,
Hmm.
but there is dense bread that yeah, you need like a cleaver to cut through it. It's dense.
Oh boy. Well, thank you very much for doing this interview. It was a total pleasure. I've enjoyed talking to you.
And thank you for having me. It's been a while, but I've definitely enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And if you're watching from the audience, there'll be links to all of Comrade Dell's socials in the description to this video, including to X/Twitter/ whatever the heck you want to call it, and your Twitch channel. So be sure to check those out and subscribe. I have been speaking to Comrade Dell. Thank you very much for coming out.
And thank you for having me. I enjoyed it immensely. It was a fun talk.
Nice. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.